Are you doing the whole trail?
I am attempting to do the whole trail, yes.
I'm his girlfriend, and I'm just doing the first part.
How long do you plan on staying?
I'm just going up to Springer Mountain.
And is she supporting you on the whole endeavor?
Driving in to meet him whenever, you know, I can get a couple days off work.
When I hit low points.
Good.
Yeah.
This is another friend of ours that we just met.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing?
Excellent.
How you doing? This is my second attempt this week.
All right.
This time I should say. All right. No, I got sick and had to walk off last time. Oh yeah. Well, I'm sick right now, so.
You're getting over
I'm hoping.
it.
I'm starting down, so I'm hoping that'll work to my advantage later on, maybe.
Well, it's a little bit colder at the top of the hill, I'll say that.
Yeah. Well, yeah. How far did you make it last time?
Actually, I made it pretty far.
Yeah.
Made it about 100 miles, give or take. And but I got sick and it was a little too early, so I walked off. Had a friend pick me up.
I think I'm prepared.
So you guys have
All right,
fun.
thank you very much.
Best of luck.
Best of luck, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
What do you think the chances are that you'll complete?
I think that the chances are good that I'll complete it.
I'm saying 85%. Unless something
So I have
untoward
that
happens.
15.
He's nuts. He's tough.
If I make it to North Carolina, I'm doing the whole thing. That's all I gotta say. It's like the first major milestone. You know, you're like hitting your first state, new state. So.
I got about a day and a half in. Man, I can't even think of the name of the place. I pulled off. It was getting dark and I was tired, and I pulled off and I rolled up in my poncho and sleeping bag, and I went to sleep, and I woke up about 3 o'clock in the morning, and I sat there for about 3 hours thinking, you know, you know how you think in the middle of the night, you got stuff that you really don't consider comes to your head, you know, and it became obvious that I have to take care of it before because it's kind of ruining the trip for me. You know, I want to hike the trail, I want to be, you know, to be able to enjoy the trip, but you know, in the meantime, I'm having to running through arguments with my family in the head. So they're telling me, you know, you're crazy for doing this. The world is not going to be waiting for you when you reach the end of the trail. That type of thing. Every step I take, that's what's going through my head. So.
Well, I think part of it is, I mean, going out and being okay with you might not finish the whole thing. I mean, it's not many people can say, oh, well, I hiked in the northern part of Georgia or North Carolina. I think a lot of people come out and they don't expect like how hard it's going to be. And I mean, going to the point of all your stuff being mildewed and ruined by, you know, what if you go out and have 27 days of rain? It's kind of hard to see, you know, be on the sunny side all the time. My mom thinks it's great. She did a lot of outward bound kind of stuff. So my dad, he had it his way down the bazooka and the flamethrower. he's just, you know, he's like, you never know, Annie. Yeah. So, yeah, they're like, go ahead, Annie, just go. So
That's really good.
they're really supportive. Yeah.
How about pack weight?
3.4 tons. Wow. As soon as we hit that first middle drop, a lot of my stuff's going home.
Yeah, mine too.
What are you going to discard by the side of the trail?
This is it. Just walking on. That is excellent. Oh,
You know, like,
Our first blaze.
Well, here's a good statistic too. 20% of the people that quit in the first 30 miles. I've been planning for a year and a half and reading and experimenting, and you know, I know how far I need to go. I figured out, you know, about where I should be each day. If I don't get there, great, I'll make it up somewhere else. But yeah, I was training with bowling balls and dumbbells in my pack. I kept it in my car, and a couple times a week I'd go walk through the woods for a couple hours. I didn't have any hills to climb, but it was good practice carrying weight on my back.
This is it's a really neat community. The community sort of ebbs and flows. The communications back and forth is usually through the trail journals at the shelters. You know, if you wonder how far ahead your friends are, or if you want to leave them a message and say, well, I'm going into this town, or you know, passing on information.
My name is Rainer Davies, and I'm from Sydney. Yeah, so you filmed the note. The note was for a young guy from Maine called Will, who I met the first night down at Amicalola Visitor Centre. And I met the dog, Kirby, very nice dog. And I saw Will about 7 miles ago. And he was absolutely soaking wet, wearing wet clothes and minus one dog. He figured that the dog sort of headed south or over a mountain. Anyway, as it turned out, the dog's obviously headed north, headed to Maine. The dog wasn't working out because it tended to get a little bit grumpy. So I think the dog likes its rest.
Maybe he'll be good now. It's by no choice of mine that I'm hiking with this dog.
How did the dog come to be in your possession?
I don't even know. I don't even know. I've heard like long story after long story. Here's the fun part. Watch this. You see that? We had a fight last night.
Who won?
I mean, it just kind of ended. I had him pinned. He came in and sat on my bed, and I said, "No, you're not." Kind of tried to push him out of the way, and he started snapping and biting at me, and that's when I hadn't been in a fight since the 5th grade. And I got in a fight with the dog on the Appalachian Trail. I was all about it at the last shelter. It's like, look, we'll just tie the dog right here, and we'll leave him. We'll leave some food with him, some water. People can feed him as they come by. No, this guy was like, hey, man, I'm going to take him. I'm from Maine, too. I'll walk him all the way home if I have to. Or at the little sign out there. I come walk back to the shelter, and they keep going on, but the dog follows me. So I've got a dog. Maybe y'all can...
We're not getting involved.
Just because you're behind the camera doesn't make you special.
Oh, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Does he snap? Has he bitten?
He didn't bite, but man, he snapped at me yesterday.
Let's do it. Put it on. Strap it on. That's okay. Man, that was real close.
No, I felt teeth on my
Okay, I got it.
There it goes.
Are you actually out here hiking the whole AT?
No, I'm not.
How long are you out for?
I'm going to be out for about 2 weeks.
You think you're ever going to want to hike the whole AT?
Oh, I have.
When did you do that?
2 years ago I started and went all the way to Grafton Notch up in Maine.
Yeah.
And then last year I finished up from Grafton Notch to Katahdin.
So what happened at Grafton Notch?
Oh God, it's a long story.
Oh, I gotta hear it though.
Oh no. Met a woman and we hiked together from Virginia all the way up into Gorham, New Hampshire. Trail romance kind of thing. She got off the trail and then I figured, well, I don't want to finish without her, this kind of stuff. And so we came up, we actually finished together last fall.
How common are the trail romances?
I don't think they're that common because the women aren't that common out here for the most part.
I came out here to meet the trail girl of my dreams.
How'd it go?
Stinky and sweaty and unshaven.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Not very well, at all. I figure I'll keep hiking until I find one.
There's always a fantasy of finding a chick, getting in a tent, putting on a little man and look. I don't know. But,
little berry white.
Yeah.
Trust me, the whole tent thing ain't as romantic as it sounds.
I don't know.
We figured that we're gonna score.
Yeah.
Between here.
We're pretty optimistic about it.
plan is that once we get to Pennsylvania, that's our hometown area, we're going to get married.
Why'd you pick Pennsylvania?
That's where
Halfway.
we're
You're from
there,
Pennsylvania?
Yeah. Boiling Springs.
I'm
Finding
Chef,
my
by
life
the way.
right now.
Angie.
Hi, I'm Matt.
Matt, how you doing? How did you guys meet? In high school, or are you high school
We
sweethearts?
met on the internet.
On the internet?
Yeah.
I tried for years to meet someone on the internet. It didn't work for me, though. But that's pretty cool. I like that.
This is dehydrated spaghetti with meatballs.
The quick and easy meal.
Just finishing up macaroni and cheese and Vienna sausages.
Mashed potatoes with brown gravy mixed together. Enough pepper and salt on anything, it tastes good.
That's good.
Is it pepper and salt?
Salt and pepper.
Yeah.
Cool. Just smells real good.
Who's that on the? I don't think I've met you.
I'm Ron.
Ron? Where are you hiking to?
Maine.
Go.
Anywhere in particular in Maine? What's your name?
I'm Kim.
Kim?
Mhm.
I'm Jack.
Jack.
Jack with the dog.
I'm Kevin.
Santiago.
Doug,
Doug?
Chad.
I hear you're having some second thoughts.
Oh yeah, every waking hour.
Really?
Second thoughts.
What's happening?
Oh, I don't know. I'm just feeling like getting off the trail.
Yeah.
In very few words.
How come?
Because I don't know. I don't feel mentally at the top of my game right now. But I don't know. It's totally a mental thing. I mean, having to physically, exert yourself and being isolated.
Yeah.
Finding it proving to be a little more difficult than I thought. But I don't know. We'll see. I think if I just don't stop at Neal's Gap tomorrow for very long, it'll be okay.
How many days have you been out now?
I've been out. This is my, what is this, third?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Third day? This is the third day. Yeah. Probably 4 days. I know I need to go. I need to keep going. I think 4 days is not long enough to know really how it's going to be. Like, I haven't got over that hump yet.
It helps if not they walk us. Maybe it's just toss.
I think that's a good idea. The problem is I just smell really bad, and people generally don't like me. So, no. I think that's a good idea, Kevin.
Barney.
And I tried to get Barney away from Jack,
Barney,
but
man.
no.
He's a
Where do we have him?
He's a punk, man. Just like... Now hold his head there. Hold that head now. You hate hiking, don't you? I know. I didn't bring you out. I didn't bring you out here. I'm sorry. We'll have to find Will and show him this footage and be like, you see, you don't like hiking. Take him home. Jesus.
You two still getting married on the trail or you going home?
It's all still on. Still good.
What do you think
Might
of
get a new
that?
tent, but we're getting married on the trail.
Which was your tent?
Oh, the gray one right there.
Yeah, it's the Wanderlust Nomad 2x2. It's supposed to be waterproof, and it's not.
So what's the plan for today?
Stop in this gap shortly and then move on to the next shelter. Get some coffee.
What's the word?
Wait in line.
4?
Telephone. Have been for the last hour or so.
You're kidding me.
No, Bugs Bunny was, I think, arranging mail drops. He was on the phone for a good hour while we waited. Last night actually really helped me feel a lot better. You know, campfire, a few laughs. I think I just needed some interaction with people. It was just really weird. Over the course of one day, yesterday, hiking, my morale just like totally dropped, and I feel terrible. I'm just gonna call my girlfriend and let her know that I'm alive. Yeah, I'm gonna stay here tonight, actually, though, and then keep going in the morning.
When are you moving on?
I don't know, once I get all my stuff together. Next shelter is like 6 miles. It's all even a mile off the trails.
Yeah. So what's gonna happen with the dog now? What are you guys gonna do?
We're just gonna give the dog a bath and some good food and let him hang out here for about 4 days. The guys that hiked out of Animal Bowl this morning.
Yeah, we don't like
the
that.
dog's doing fine. The dog found his way here. He found his way here and was lost.
No, just take one stair.
Oh, wow.
Here's some trail TP.
Yeah.
We need more than that.
It's tiny. That's being optimistic, don't you think?
Doesn't have a roll in it, but still.
Oh, I see. We each get one of those.
It's definitely personal.
I like to carry like 2 fuel tabs with me at a cost of like 2 ounces, and that way, if you were to run out of alcohol, you've got some backup fuel.
Bottle opener.
Yeah.
I hear you guys try to talk people out of dropping out a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. We try to encourage folks. It's such a mental thing. If you can get to here physically, if you can hike here physically, you can do the whole trail. You've done a hard section of it. Generally, people have carried more weight than they will carry the rest of the trail to this point. So if we can drop their weight out of their pack a little bit, it's all mental beyond that. I think at this point, people are thinking, wow, I have to do this for 6 more months and I'm not having any fun. So yeah, we try to convince people to keep going.
Tell me about a shakedown.
It's just where we go through a hiker's pack. Generally, they want us to. We try to convince people that they need us to. But it just kind of help them think about things, what they really need to have with them. And since we know a little better what they do actually need to have, we can tell them if they do or don't need something. So it'd be a big help. We can drop a lot of weight out of somebody's pack that way.
Down jacket weighs 1 pound. Journal, way too much. Stove piece I don't need. Internal part of my tent, I'm keeping the ground cloth and the rain fly and the poles. Camera, I traded out for a disposable camera. A couple miscellaneous pieces of things. Half of my rope. A couple rolls of film. Battery, pen, all extra stuff.
We generally can get at least 10 pounds out of somebody's pack.
So I'm hoping I maybe trim 8 or 10 pounds off, maybe.
Have you guys checked out the hiker box yet?
No, what's the
Very
hiker box?
interesting. All the food and gear right there right behind you. People have left stuff. Tons of food.
Well, they ask us to do it and then they just don't want to drop anything at all. I'm happy with that. No, I'm happy with that. Well, no, I'm happy with that. And they just don't want to make any changes. So it's kind of a waste of our time. But
Because, people, they're like, ooh, this tuna fish, this is too heavy, I don't need it. And they throw it, they leave it in the shelter. And we're exactly the opposite. We might have 40 cans of tuna fish, but I'll be damned if we leave one behind.
So Jack, you're gonna say goodbye to the dog, or are you just going?
Goodbye. I'll leave his bowl with him, And that's it.
So much lighter.
What, you sent stuff home?
I just got rid of a lot of food. I gave a lot of food out. I was thirsty. Yeah, no. Pissy. You can't satisfy the man.
You heading out?
Yeah, we're heading out. Next
You going to the 1 6 miles?
Whatever, 6 miles and then a mile and a half off.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Pain in the ass, but it's still 6 miles closer.
True.
I think we're gonna wait till blueberry patches.
I don't want to take you walking anymore.
It's about 36 miles. So.
Oh, yeah, we're heading out also.
I've already consumed 3 ice cream sandwiches. That'll be my second pizza, 4 Sprites. I'm hungry. When I graduated, I had a flat stomach with visible abs, and I gained 30 pounds and did no exercise, and then I started on this, so.
All right, Ryan, it's been good. Maybe we'll see you again. Don't know.
Down the trail.
Well, I think on occasion you have hikers who overindulge in maybe alcohol consumption or partying.
There is a lot of partying going on in the AT. Last night was awesome. Last night was party night. Smoked weed. Like, it was
Lay down!
Me and this 40-year-old guy, we both had weed. We were passing between like 8 people. This guys that have never smoked weed before were out there
We got him
smoking
stoned
weed.
his first night here.
It was so much fun. Everybody was just having a blast.
These guys don't smoke on a trail, do they?
Some do, some don't.
Nah, I don't think so.
I mean, I really never did smoke weed that much till I got on the damn trail. Everybody else to smoke it.
Now that's just one out of hundreds. Most 99 to 9/10 are real sharp. Real, they're not street people.
You want to hit it?
When we came up on him at Garfield, and they were like piss drunk with like beer
Passed
everywhere.
out.
And we're like,
Smoking,
"Are you guys
like-
out for the weekend?" He's like, "No, we're through hikers, man." Packs of Marlboros
They were like,
everywhere.
yeah,
We're like,
smoking,
"What in the
couldn't
world?"
even move.
They were nuts.
A few years ago, when they were looking for that Eric Rudolph, they weren't finding the dude, and they was pissed off, and they busted a couple hikers for like, here's the FBI spending millions of bucks, and like all they get is a couple hikers for like, that much pot.
We're just taking our lunch break. We're gonna smoke it.
That's what all the AT's about, eh? How many characters you come across?
And your trail name?
Malice in Wonderland.
How'd you pick that up?
It was given. It was given to me. I was throwing some firecrackers around on 4th of July, and I throwed some next to my buddy John's tent. When one exploded, it threw the rest of them up onto his tent and blew holes in his tent about that big around.
How far?
Malice.
Are you through hiking?
So it's like the
Yeah,
third
I
week
just
in
finished
May?
the southbound.
Really?
Week in May.
I'm on my 5th.
Why?
Why not? Can't think of anything better to do with my time off.
Time off from what?
From work,
What do you do for work?
I'm a spy.
What's the most important piece of equipment you have in your pack?
The weed.
I don't have any of that. I got enough trouble with all the booze,
We're gonna make a drink.
Most important piece of equipment is probably my food bag. It's hurting right now, but usually it's in good order.
What sort of stuff do you eat?
Cookies, king size Snickers. I don't really eat these. I like take them like a pill. Yeah. Oh, gotta take a Snickers.
I don't really eat these, I just take like a pill. That's true, that's good that you do.
Now you're hiking with a dog the whole way?
Yeah.
How's that go?
She's got about 8,000 miles on her. Yeah, man, maybe I'll see you up there.
All right. Chad, by the way.
Chad, I'm healed.
You. All right. Good luck to you. Hey, man. How you doing?
Forward and upward.
Maine. Peace.
Off to Blue Mountain. So how long have you guys been hiking together?
A solid week now.
A solid week now.
Yeah.
All right.
Since Wednesday.
How you guys getting along?
Yeah. How's your relationship?
When we're hiking, it's fine, but whenever we stop like this,
Yeah,
we get in arguments.
Yeah.
Because he's always eating all the food and stuff like a little rabbit.
Nah,
you know,
I'm always getting
in
the stuff
corner.
out, and he never wants to put it up. Yeah, we pretty much decided that the only thing keeping us together is the fact that we only have one purifier.
And one stove.
One stove, yeah.
So if it wasn't for that, you guys
and one
you
set
guys
of pots.
Pretty much.
Split.
Oh yeah.
Pretty
we can
much,
go.
yeah.
We're gonna go for Katahdin. Trying to make it to Maine, so.
Whatever made you decide to do that, to try this?
I don't know. We were just bored. I guess. The challenge of it all is pretty sweet, you know.
Jalapeno?
Yeah, put it in there.
We'll put some crushed red pepper in there. Put some salt and pepper in there.
Again. Smile at it when you do it,
Oh yeah.
Ran about 50 yards down there.
Score.
Dropped it like a...
And I'm still here. Yes. I'm happy to be here. Because a couple days ago I really wanted to quit, but I'm still going.
Is that your guys' stuff?
Yep.
That's like twice as much as everything.
Really? That's most of ours are shot too. These are about the first day. Wow.
You getting anything out of friend?
Yeah.
I self-medicate. I don't do volumes or aspirins or anything else in the world. I just smoke pot. Keeps me from killing people. A lot of times on a good day, we'll come to cool views. We'll stop right there, fires up one, kick back and just take in the whole ordeal.
That's kind of what we're doing now. Sitting here, kicking back, taking in all these characters over here by this fire. I'm Kevin Key.
Kevin. Okay. Cool.
That's my brother, Kenny Key.
Can't see Kenny. There's Kenny.
Kentucky. Here comes the sun. Da-na-na-na. Here comes the sun. It's all right. Good dog. Good dog.
Oh, pretty well. I feel very well, but usually we get crap and that goes on, and so he brings that.
We'll get a feather for each state we complete, so when we get done, it'll be like a dream catcher type thing. But you can see the GA for Georgia and the NC for North Carolina. Onward and upward.
So how many more states are you going to get on this trip?
The Tennessee. I'll get to Tennessee.
Yeah.
Just keep going. It's a goal. Something we can realistically achieve if you try. If you noticed, everything I have comes from Marlboro. My backpack, my coat, my clothes. All my gear I got from the Marlboro Adventure Team when I ordered it through the catalogs. So I had to smoke thousands of cigarettes to get here. So we'll go to 7.7 to Tree Mountain Shelter. And it looks like it's got some easy hiking the next day for the first 5 miles. So we got one big hill. We got 4 miles of straight up climbing today. Out of the 7, 4 of them are up. So we're actually be going up when we leave the shelter, it looks like.
Well, we're getting a slow start here. Just can't seem to get this
off and rolling. We were supposed to be out of here by 8. As you can see, we're a long ways from that. The charge.
Oh, charge. Sorry. Waiting to see if it gives me ESP or some sort of powers, supernatural powers. I want to know who's that. Apparently there are about 30 people ahead of us. We're to the point where we'll pretty much walk up to a mile off the trail to get, ice cream or soda. There's a vending machine or deli pull off there. And there's been a lot of them recently. So we waste a lot of time hiking these, small town delis. My girlfriend's been coming out.
Oh, she has?
Yeah, for, almost 5 consecutive weekends. She's driven out. So
oh, wow.
I've gotten probably the most visits of anyone on the trail.
Okay, cool.
But, that's been good.
Are they conjugal visits?
It's their conjugal.
Don't you have a wife hiding at home?
I do, and that's what keeps me going. That's why, I want to do those 20-mile days and no breaks. Tomorrow's my anniversary, 34th anniversary. And I got to make a phone call, remind me to make sure my son gets flowers and delivers them.
When are those scrapes from?
That's from, I think, 3 days ago. That's when I landed on my ribs. It actually doesn't hurt near as much as my ribs do. But it's nothing that 600 milligrams of ibuprofen every 3 hours won't fix.
Bagels, they are pretty much indestructible in the pack.
How's the relationship going?
We're getting more and more like an old married couple every day. We just kind of bicker and, talk about each other behind each other's backs. But I'm the listener.
Do you actually listen?
Sometimes. But he does tend to tell the same stories over and over again. I attribute that to his age.
How old is he?
Starting to forget. 55. Yeah, I know far too much about his personal life, his wife, his past, his kids.
Yeah, right.
I know it all.
My eyes are always bigger than my pack.
Yeah, he'll be pawning some of that off on me to carry for him because it won't fit in his pack. This happens. It's a weekly occurrence. When he buys too much food. Got the already. Come on, honey.
Most people see towns as we see them. That it's a chance to take a shower, revitalize, and maybe take a break from the trail. It's kind of like our job is the trail. So we do 25 miles a day. That's our 8 to 5 bricklaying. It's really. I mean, you enjoy moments of every day, but it does get to be old and boring. But we're always ready to head back out, Otherwise we wouldn't be here. We would have been like most everyone else, the 400 people that were ahead of us, we'd be off the trail.
Yeah, but I find if I spend more than a half a day in town, I start getting itchy to get back hiking again. Haven't been a lot of other people who really who understood what this whole thing was about.
Friends or family?
Friends and family. Most people are just kind of like, you're crazy. Or think that it is a crazy thing to do, but she's behind me. He's been trying to get me married, saying, guys these days, they're afraid to propose or they're afraid to, I don't know.
Make a commitment.
Afraid to make a commitment. Yeah, so now he's trying to get me married off here.
I got all day to work on him and another 800 miles.
Right. After like 2 days of being on the trail,
really,
I was thinking about getting off the trail. No, yeah, I remember talking to everyone in the shelter that night saying, yeah, I don't know if I'll go on after tomorrow. I just wanted people to, I just needed encouragement. And
I talked seriously about getting off the trail.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Just for the heat of the summer, when we had a week of 90-degree weather, I wasn't going to give up on the trail. I was talking myself into going home, seeing my granddaughter, that that was a big sacrifice. Everyone's been okay with it, but, I wasn't there. Everybody else was there. Okay, we're off the trail now, Doug. See you, Katahdin.
Do you think it's different being a woman out in the trail?
Yeah, it kind of sucks. I kind of wish I was a guy. That whole peeing standing up thing, really envious of that. It's like the pack, it's a peeing on, and you have to kind of like, well, I don't anymore, but I used to try and be modest. Like if you're a guy, you can just be like, doo-doo-doo. But like, I don't know. I heard of some girl who like puts her leg up and can somehow like pee like that, but I don't know. And plus, like, there's the whole personal safety thing, which is kind of sketchy.
Have you had problems?
Not really.
Is that one of the reasons you're traveling with these guys now?
No, mostly just because it's like a lot better to hike with other people. Because like, as I was saying, I'm not a big fan of like being in the outdoors or whatever. So like, I look at all these trees and I'm like, oh my god. And so they're sort of like the only good thing out here besides eating. Yeah, like for me at the beginning I was like, oh, this is pretty, and I was hiking along and I was like, yeah, this is so peaceful. But now it's just like, this is so boring. Like I've been staring at trees for like months and months, and for a while you can entertain yourself. You're like, yeah, blah, 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 those last 2 months were crazy, out in the woods, I'm gonna relax. But after a while it's like think about that for a second though, like, this is what I see every day.
Yeah.
It's too hot out here.
It is hot. How you doing?
Insane.
How long you been hiking?
3 months.
Where'd you start?
Georgia.
Yeah?
I'm gonna get in the shade here. So.
Oh, sure. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Do you also start in Georgia?
Yeah.
You guys hiking together?
Yeah, just going up
Who's this?
Herbie.
Herbie?
Yeah.
Whose dog is this?
Mine.
Yeah. How is it hiking with a dog?
It's rough.
How come?
Well, no, he's been great right up until now. I'm sending him home because of the heat.
Oh.
I take longer breaks because of him.
Hmm.
I don't need to, because it's my hike, not his. He doesn't need to be out here.
So you think you're gonna make it to Katahdin?
Oh yeah.
Yeah?
It ain't that far from here.
Are you guys gonna go down to the lake now?
Yeah.
We'll watch the dog swim.
He doesn't swim. He hates water.
I thought the rumor was that he hated the water.
On a normal day, he does. He's not a dog that if you ever threw a stick in the water, he'd go get it. And I mean, it was fun hiking with him, and he liked it, but he doesn't need to be out here dying. Yeah, I lost him for like 3 days. So,
Were you worried?
Huh? No, he's like a bad penny. He always turns up. Yeah, they called and I got the phone call down in Amacola Falls, and I hitchhiked up there and went and got him, and restarted with him from the top of Springer, March 12th. So you get to do that whole 30 miles over again. Did they bite you at all? Close. Yeah, he was pretty new to his pack at that time. He was also pretty overweight. He's down to about 75 now. He started out about 85. I do bear hounds, so bear and coon hounds. So he's a trained bear chaser. I can remember one time when I did have his other pack, I tried to clip him, and I clipped like a piece of his skin, like in the clip. He tried to bite me then. That was the only time he ever tried to bite me when I put his pack on. All right, see you guys later. Nice to meet you.
If I have 10 people standing across a river, I'll ask who'd like to take a boat. Then I'll ask who'd like to ford, and they'll say, well, tell us about fording. I say, well, there's low water, lots of rock bars are exposed, they're not going to release the dam for another 2 hours. It takes 4 hours for that water flow to reach this section of river. You lose your footing, that river's going to pick you up and drop you. Now you're swimming, and now your pack weighs twice as much. You're lucky that I was here, pull you out of the river. See ya.
That's her, right?
That's her. How long have you been ferrying here?
16 years.
Oh, okay.
13,100 people. You know, they say hike your own hike, well, you paddle your own boat. So where'd we go?
I don't take the ford here, I take the canoe. The ideal thing with the canoe is it's there for a safety reason. As you probably well know, that there's 2 dams upriver here, release water at unannounced times, and the river can rise dramatically, plus the current can increase significantly. In 1998 there was a young lady by the name of Smiling Coyote, probably one of the strongest hikers I've ever seen, and she got swept away out here in it. JoJo is hiking the Eastern Continental Trail from Key West, Florida, Cape Gaspé, Quebec, Canada.
Yeah, regroup.
I met him in 2000 when we were hiking.
Yeah.
But we didn't really get together until he came up and did trail magic for me, helping me out in the whites. He left me a note on the trail.
Yeah?
Will you marry me? It's the one I saw on the trail.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
And what was your first word to him when you saw him?
It was a kiss more than any word. And then it was yes, yes, yes.
Was this a surprise?
Yeah, I didn't expect to see this.
Yeah.
It hasn't been bad the last couple of days. It's just been, there hasn't been that much water on the trail, so.
Oh, okay.
There are parts that are muddy, but it's not consistently muddy. But it's rooty and rocky.
Are you walking funny?
I might be. My legs are feeling a little tight. I walk funny anyway. You just don't remember. I'm actually fine. I'm feeling fairly bulletproof these days, although I probably shouldn't say that. Should start here.
Yeah.
Point to the low point of your Point to the low point of your hike so far.
Not right now.
All this.
Really? New Jersey, New York, Connecticut? Why was that the low point?
Reaching a pinnacle in Connecticut.
Why was that the low point?
I don't know. The weather, the terrain, Massachusetts was terrible too, but Vermont was very nice. New Hampshire, amazing. Maine's been tough, but
Why has Maine been tough?
because it's more the mountain climbing of the whites, but less payoff.
This is solid.
All right.
Wonderful.
Beautiful.
This is no mushrooms.
Beautiful.
This is double mushroom.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.
More water or something?
But in Connecticut, she told me that if I came home, she'd take me back to the trail. That's what I wanted her to say. That was my whole thing. If I call and say I want to get off the trail and talk me out of it. She's done good, over and above.
So how are we getting back up to the trailhead?
We're gonna get a ride with the Shaws in the morning.
You've arranged that for us?
Oh, it'll be no problem.
I was planning a southbound through hike for June 1st, and we met on trailplace.com. Planning our through hike. He was planning southbound also, so we met up and got engaged 3 months later, and got married 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And here we are.
Maine hurts. If you've never done any hiking, don't start in Maine. No, I take that back. It is hard because the rocks and the roots, and we just came off a Princess cruise where, you know, you could eat 24 hours a day, so we're like dying.
Today when my feet just burned and I about cried for like 10 minutes, just like, oh, I want to go home and eat real food and take a shower.
What do you think the chances are that you guys are going to make it?
Well, pretty much 100% because we don't have a home and we don't want to work. So unless one of us drop out because we break something, then I don't know.
What kind of prep did you guys do?
As far as physical, probably nothing.
Nothing.
Uh,
Honeymoon night. That's about the most prep we had.
You're going southbound?
I'm going southbound, yes.
And when did you start?
I started on the 12th, so I don't know what today is. It wasn't that long ago, but I started on the 12th.
How's it going so far?
It's going great so far.
Yeah.
It's going really great.
Good.
Having a good time.
You thinking you're going to make it?
Uh-huh. Step 1. Notice the remnant Ed Crate mattress.
She does it just to keep me from whining.
Tell me the origins of the bucket and why you're carrying it and all that.
Well, it was a drywall bucket, and then it became a sleeping bag bucket, and then it actually became a bear bucket, and then it was a water bucket, and I think at one point it was used as a toilet. Not sure.
Bungee cords are the preferred method of attachment.
All right. Now, you're not sure if you're taking the bucket to...
You know, I don't know, because it is big and hefty.
But basically it's a really modular and efficient way to have a nice seat and table and everything. It's pretty great.
I don't know. I'm brainstorming on what I can cut out. And that's one of the things.
What is different about doing a southbound?
I guess we're in a unique position to be able to tell the difference out of kind of having done northbound hikes as well. It's a little bit quieter, certainly less people. Our man Elvis over here is one of our few acquaintances, and usually it's just more isolated. I would say it's a little more difficult as well. It seems to be blazed for northbounders as opposed to southbounders, so you got to pay a little bit more attention. Going southbound, the climbs as we go along the corridor seem to be more arduous than they are going northbound. Seem to be graded a little bit better for northbounders as opposed to southbounders.
Our trail names are Ma and Pa.
And how did you get those names?
We gave them to ourselves because if you don't give yourself a trail name, somebody may give you one you don't like. And her first 2 letters of her name are M-A, and the first 2 letters of my name are P-A, so it's Ma and Pa. So it worked out perfectly.
Do you get any respect because you call yourselves Ma and Pa?
We used to. Yeah, in '99, the first 2 weeks on the trail, we'd arrive at a shelter and somebody'd say, "Move over, make room, here's Ma and Pa." And the third week it was like, Oh, there's Ma and Pa. Sorry, we're full. We became. There's no age thing on the trail. I mean, to me there is. Maybe some of the young kids avoid us, but generally speaking, you hang around with the hikers, and whether the guy is 20 or 30 or 50 doesn't matter. The bonding's like this. I mean, you meet somebody, and you see the next day. It's like you're seeing a long lost friend the next day. It's because it's so close.
So you're finishing up your hike now?
Yeah.
What were the sections you did?
Oh, we did all the way from Georgia to New Hampshire. First year, and then we did the whites, and then last year we did a week, and this year we're finishing off.
How come only a week last year?
I had health problems. Actually, I wore these in 1999.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah?
Never get white again. Wore these in 1999 too, see?
No health problems this year?
No health problems. Chad's here to help me out this year.
Right.
Okay, take the camera off my underwear now, will you please?
You know, maybe by the end of this week you'll be you'll have warmed up to the camera. I'm thinking 7 days in the wilderness. Yeah, 8th day.
Usually it's 7 days wilderness, and the 8th day you go to Katahdin Stream, and then the 9th day you go up. Can you go from the wilderness up Katahdin?
Well, when I say wilderness, I guess I'm using the term loosely. So 7 days up to Katahdin Stream campground.
Really? I don't know. I don't think we can do that.
Like, oh, come on. We're gonna have a great time. Party to Katahdin. Liz can only come up on that. I mean, she's got the time off of work.
So she's not very flexible.
I'm sorry?
Even as far as where you're concerned, she's not very flexible.
What's that supposed to mean?
Nice girl, right?
Oh, yeah.
Must be.
Great.
You guys have trail names?
No, we don't. Our trail names are Connie and Mac.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Good.
And how long have you been at this?
We have been at this for about 33 years. We started in '69 in Pennsylvania, where we're from. And we've been doing it every year pretty much for 33 years.
Are you feeling your age?
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Very definitely.
We go very slow.
Very definitely.
And how old are you now?
I am 74, and she never has told me her age, so I don't know.
You're also 74?
Oh, now the longest number of years to complete the whole trail, and I guess that would be section hiking, was Ned Christ, and it was 35 years. No, we're not going to be able to beat him.
You're not tempted to leave this last bit for 3 more years so you can make it a 36-year section hike?
Are you kidding? Are you kidding? No way. No way. Nope. He can have the record.
Fortunately, we did Katahdin about 5 years ago.
Yeah, we did that years ago.
We are headed up to Chairback Mountain, coming from the Chairback Gap lean-to. Trying to get to Logan Brook today, I believe that's what it's called. 17 and a half miles. It's going to be one of the longer days, one of the tougher days, but after this, it's flat.
I think for a while my mom kept asking me, are you sure you don't want to quit? You okay?
Did anyone before you started out think you were just a total lunatic?
Yes, I'm sure that many people did.
But they didn't tell you that?
No, they didn't tell me that.
Who do you think did?
That's just the people that I, acquaintances that I would tell, and people that I work with. When I found out about it, it just kind of blew me away. There's a trail that, went all the way up the coast. So Night Owl and I were always commenting on that, like, everyone who meets you, it's like, oh, you're gonna do the, Pacific Crest Trail next. It's like, what do you think I am? I'm only human.
Is there anything that you've been thinking about these last couple of weeks, as you know you're getting close, that you really want to do? Aside from the obvious.
Oh, what's the obvious? You never know.
Since Liz is meeting him.
Spell it.
Yeah, spell it out for us.
No, I really do miss Liz, so it'll be good just to be with her and know that it's not going to be for a day and then I'm going to go back and hike. Yeah. So yeah, that'll be enough. What's the routine?
Yeah.
Get up, go. Meet the goal for that day.
What is the goal?
Just set a goal for each day, and whatever shelter you think you want to hike to, or town, or it's usually a shelter that go till you get there, and then hopefully get there early and relax. This is my way. And stay out of the rain as much as possible. It can be tough though.
What are you going to do about the rain that's just happening right now?
I'm going to put my pack cover on. It's the first thing I'm going to do. It's really hard to predict who's going to make it or not, because when I started, there were people with the most retarded gear imaginable. They were carrying 60 pounds, but they had external frame backpacks and all cotton clothing, and some of them are still here. They got all new gear, yeah, but they made it. Some might not have thought that I would have made it this far, myself included. I figured at some point I would probably just get totally fed up with being out here. And you guys caught up with me in New York. I was reaching one of my lowest points on the trail. I was on my way. I fell and I was in pain for about 2 weeks, and then it just seemed the fact there was 500 miles left. It just seemed so close but so far away. So it was.
Even then, you seemed happier than Bud.
Yeah, but I don't know. I was actually kind of surprised that he dropped off. I mean, I knew he had the opportunity to do it, but he was. I don't know. We just always talked about finishing it, and he seemed set to finish it. I wish he was up here doing the last few, like I thought he would, but he'll be back. Good way to regulate your diet.
Tough day, 22 miles. Some guy made me do 22 miles.
Today was not a tough day. I mean, it wasn't, it was a nice day. Nice long break in the middle.
Why do you want to finish with Chad?
I don't want to finish with Chad, but he's making us think that maybe we can do that many miles, so we're going to try it.
It'd be great to all summit on the same day.
That wasn't our intention. In fact, I told you, a couple days ago, we can't even do we were going to do the 20th, then it was the 19th.
I know.
And then it was the 18th, and now you got to set this.
I want you guys to go at your own pace and have a good time.
But he knows damn well we're going to be there on the 17th with him. It's only 19 tomorrow, right?
Right. 19. You guys can. I know you guys can do it.
Yeah, I know you guys can do it. I know you guys can do it. Is that great?
You've been doing great. Just feed off of Ma's strength.
Well, it wasn't proper beef.
But I discussed it.
Get paw medicated.
Yeah, be medicated. All kinds. We've got a whole medicine cabinet with us. Well, so we know we have to buy 2 days of supplies at Batewood Ridge. Enough stuff to go up the mountain, right?
Just snacks.
Snacks. We're gonna eat snacks all day tomorrow?
Yeah.
Breakfast snacks, break snacks.
We'll be
and
so
lunch
hyper.
snacks. Well, did you notice yesterday we're walking, and there's like a hill on both sides of you,
Right.
and a little gully between. And where does the trail go? In the gully. So when it rains, where does the water go? In the gully. And where does the mud end up when you walk? In the gully.
And did you notice they tried to encourage you to go up that mountain?
Rainbow Mountain.
Oh, did I didn't see
yeah,
that.
Rainbow Mountain, easy climb, great view.
Great views.
1 mile.
Oh, yeah, I did see
1
that.
mile.
Yeah,
Thank you very
1
much.
mile.
I ain't walking 50 feet off the trail. I just got somewhere to go.
Chad, which way you headed out?
I'm gonna go north today. Do not underestimate Katahdin, especially coming down.
But the funny thing, what you miss when you're out here, when you start missing it, is missing like doing nothing.
Yeah.
I miss just taking a shower. I miss just renting a movie and watching a movie. That's the kind of, I want to go home and watch a movie. I want to go home and spend an hour online.
Wash the dishes. Mundane things.
Yeah. Yeah, I want to take a little walk. Just take a walk, not a hike. Not 22 miles.
Do you think it's about discipline or being a successful through hiker?
I think a lot of it is discipline and getting up and day after day going out there, whether it's raining or sunshining or blowing, you get up there and you do your miles each day.
But you look like you're having a good time.
Oh yeah, that's the better part of it. Meeting all the people and having fun, that's what it's all about.
Yeah.
That's what keeps bringing me back. I mean, this is my 3rd time on the AT.
But this is your first time going all the way from Key West to Gas Bay.
Correct.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's what my mom said.
Until about 10 minutes ago.
I was trying to remember. I saw
I
you
think it was
in
Northern
Pennsylvania.
Virginia.
I saw you in Pennsylvania. That was the last time I saw you.
Yeah. It's a while ago.
Wow. I haven't seen Night Owl. I guess it's the same time.
Yeah, Night Owl, man. He's halfway through Vermont. Just got off.
If any state was going to do it, though, it was Vermont.
Really?
Man,
Oh,
wading through Vermont was
Yeah, that's
just
true. The mud, the
taking the
rain,
morale out of me.
Yeah, kind of sucks.
But it's weird because, we went through Neal's and we were like number 300 and something. Got to Harper's Ferry, we were 51 and 52, and then now the ranger just told us we were like, I don't know, what, 12 and 13
10,
or something like that. So, I mean, there's definitely been a lot of drop.
And it's not like we passed that many people.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
And it's really weird how, once we got to Maine, we pretty much just quit seeing anybody.
New blister yesterday. 1 day left on the trail, and you're just never completely out of pain as long as you're on the trail. There's always something that hurts.
Always.
Always. Could be something different each day, but it's always something.
After a while, the only way to get rid of the pain was to just not stop. And
work
through
it.
If you take a break, you're dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Anything more than 10 minutes.
Yeah, you start stiffening.
Everything
up,
swells
and you're just
again.
like,
Rigor mortis sets in.
Right.
And you just throw me a rope.
What's the best trail magic you got, Chad?
The best trail magic?
Yeah.
I'm not complaining, but I really didn't get much trail magic. What?
Bull, hey. Every single time I saw you on the trail, you were sitting there waiting for your girlfriend.
Oh, well, that.
That's
trail
magic.
There we go. That's so beyond trail magic. I don't even put it in the same category. It's
trail
like,
magic's not supposed to be planned.
yeah.
Any room in any of these shelters?
I'm sorry. Yeah, there is in this.
Yeah, underneath. If you slide underneath there.
Oh, that's what they want.
Just kidding.
You guys have a good time in town?
No, we didn't go to town. No,
We
we had spaghetti and Hamburg
home-cooked
and brownies.
Apropos in any number of
Can you
ways.
imagine? Here I am pumping water, and somebody yells, "Paw!" 2 friends from through hikers in 1999 were right there, and they saw me, and hey, who are you guys?
I'm the botcher.
Need another
The
one?
botcher, and you're Mr. Milhouse.
No.
Sir Isaac.
Sir Isaac. Oh, you guys are all together. We heard all about that.
Chad told me that his girlfriend will meet him on top of Katahdin Mountain. I'm surprised he didn't leave at dawn to get there ahead of her and wait.
And who's this? She's walking away
This
from
is Liz. She's trying to get away. This is Mom and Pa.
Hello.
Hi, Liz.
How are you? We took care of Chad.
They took care of me. They were my
When he was crawling by the side on the
They're
trail.
my stereo parents out in the wilderness. Yeah. You want to get the sign, or do you? What? And here we are. 2,155 miles from Springer. Is that right? That's a little. I think that's a little on the low side.
You all set?
Yeah.
We're gonna have a great day.
Looks like it.
You're live.
It's probably gonna be cold. It's probably gonna be windy.
Look at that, Ma and Pa. See?
Finally.
One more, because I gotta do JoJo's. There you go, yeah.
Well, after you've mastered the physical, the next thing is the mental. You know, can you be at peace with yourself, you know, for 36 to 48 hours, you know, without bumping into another person?
This is the end of the trail, but it's the journey, not the mountain that counts. It's what's transpired between Georgia and here. That's where the memories are. That's where the friendships are, and actually friendships for life. Because, you know, when you reach the summit, it's over. You don't have a lot of people there to celebrate with other than hikers. Most of the families don't get up there, and it's a long walk back down knowing that there's no hiking tomorrow.
Jeez. Beautiful. Can you see Washington from up here? Not too far away. Mount Washington?
You know, you got 6 months of your life wrapped up in this, but when you go back home,
One of these
you know, you'll want to tell the world about this.
straight ahead there?
And you can tell them about the trail, but unless they do it, they'll never understand it. You know, when my son got married after the trail, that's exactly what I told him. I said, your marriage is going to be like your trail hike. But the trail hike is something you can see visible in front of you. You saw the beginning, you saw the end, and you know all the hard work in the middle. But every pursuit you take in life is going to be the same way. But you now have a model.
I don't know if you've read the book On the Beaten Path. It was interesting, and he compares it to Canterbury Tales, in that it's a pilgrimage of sort, and in a sense, we're all in this pilgrimage to find out more about ourselves and others as well. It's an interesting slant comparing it to the Crusades and making the pilgrimage to the Holy Land, which I guess in this case would be Katahdin.
Yes, we've made it to the tablelands. We're on to the saddle trail. Woo! Can't believe it. Gotta look at the sign here. Actually made it. Trail ends. 4 months and 1 week. 2160. It's a strange moment to come to the end of this trip.
What are you gonna do now you finish? Go back to work or go to work? Or?
Well, let's try to you know deal with life
with the real world.
With the real world again, exactly.
That's too bad.
Well, you know, it'll be another adventure.
Oh yeah. Why not?
I do like different places, like the like
bowing, the kiss, the kneel, the in front, behind.
How about the jumping off of it into the mist?
The jumping off, the stand on top of this.
Victory, thank you.
Victory.
What possessed you to start hiking?
You know how it is? A guy has all kinds of ideas. You know, gee, we should do this. Gee, we should do that, right? So I had all these ideas. Gee, we should do this. Gee, we should do that, right? But just a guy talking, right? So she turns around and orders all the maps and all the books.
Oh, turn around and go back. It's only 2,000 miles to Springer.
No way! Can I say I did it?
It's that Araby.
I did it!
There you go. You got it when you touch it.
Well, we got tons of stories. I mean, you get stories about trails, stories about incidents. So, you know, it's memories that last forever.
I thought I would be more excited than that.
It's a letdown. It's all over. You've done it. You know what I mean? Walking Home said that. She said when she got here, you know, she was home because she lived in Maine, and she was happy about that. But she was so sad. I mean, all the adventure was gone. All the friends she had made, that lifestyle, it was just finished. You know, it was all over.
And your ribs are better?
My ribs are pretty much
healed.
Yeah. Pain-free.
Chad.
We'll miss him.
We'll miss him. We met him 2 weeks ago. Imagine that. And we were with him for over a week there. He was very good for us. He was good to us. He was very friendly, helpful, encouraged us. And yeah, he was good. Very kind-hearted. Very kind-hearted. And he's got a great girlfriend.
Stove piece I don't need. Camera I traded out for a disposable camera.
Welcome.
Okay, we're off the trail now, Doug.
See you at your pod.
See you then. Hey, where was I?
You know, like, this is what I see every day.
They call it the Long Game Tunnel.
Yeah. So it's really nice.
Definitely personal.
I think that might be it. The road is signing off. But, mwah!
What do you think the chances are that you'll complete?
I think that the chances are good that I'll complete it.
I'm saying 85%. Unless something
So I have
untoward
that
happens.
15.
He's nuts.
If I make it to North Carolina, I'm doing the whole thing. That's all I gotta say.
How does North Carolina fit into it?
Well, I don't know. It's like the first major milestone. You know, you're like hitting your first state, new state.